A very good day to you all. My name is Melanie Kondo and I'm a 23-year-old Zimbabwean student currently majoring in entrepreneurship and marketing at Curtin University. As we come to completion of this module and my journey at Curtin University, I would like to provide a reflection of my experience using the employability tool, my experience partaking in the activities of this module, as well as my entire Curtin University experience. I completed the employability test after seminar 12. It was quite a long test, but it shed light on many of my character traits. I realized that I am a logician who relies on objective facts when assessing and making decisions. I never allow my emotions to guide me when making decisions, and my rational ideologies seem to have always worked in my favor. However, my objective traits seem to have inhibited my ability to display empathy, especially when dealing with others, as I become very frustrated when presented with excuses. From the tool, I grasped the importance of empathy in the work environment and in my personal life. My realistic and almost detached traits might work against me in a working environment and make me a very difficult person to work with. The most arduous yet most applicable module is Management of Innovation, which I completed in semester 1 of 2020. I gained a significant amount of skills and knowledge which I can effectively implement in a real-world setting. The concept that corporate and social networks influence the theory of opportunity recognition is extremely profound. Additionally, the fact that the quality of your relationships significantly increase the likelihood of opportunity recognition is a take-home fact. Since completing this module, I always assess the quality of my contacts. I ensure that the people in my life are indeed elevating me to greater heights through the value that they offer me in the form of information, advice, and support. I prefer to make more professional relationships because, as a novice entrepreneur and an aspiring CEO, I need the advice and mentorship of someone who has been in my shoes, someone who has succeeded, who is affluent. This module has made me believe in the saying, your network is your net worth. The value of your life comes from the people you surround yourself with. In December of 2019, I realized that I was only obtaining theoretical benefits from university and that I needed to effectuate my knowledge into the real world. I needed to test my entrepreneurial skill. In 2020, I developed my first business, Lashed by Mela. I operate a freelance eyelash extension service. It is finally successful, but the journey was tumultuous. My skill and knowledge of entrepreneurship facilitated me in starting my venture. The most difficult part of my Curtin journey was adjusting to online learning amid the coronavirus outbreak. My inadequate contact to my lecturers made understanding assessment instructions more difficult. Some lecturers were more than willing to help, while others only aggravated the situation. I would have preferred for my lecturers to be more empathetic towards me in these very difficult times, and to go out of their way to ensure my comprehension of assessment instructions. Group work assignments were particularly difficult during both lockdowns. I have always been a better face-to-face learner because I gain more from interacting with people physically. So this definitely tested my ability to familiarize myself with the online platform. The difficulties experienced on the digital platform motivated me to reduce my procrastination by preparing and completing my assessments earlier. Therefore, I was able to manage any complications in a timely setting. Lastly, I was employed by CodeVigor, an IT firm, as a digital marketing representative. This was a part of my internship. I create content for CodeVigor and its affiliates, such as its Testra project and Yuku project. I create articles and post them on all its digital platforms. This internship has really developed my digital literacy. Through CodeVigor, I have improved my English proficiency and writing skills. I have learned the radical innovations that can be implemented in businesses through blockchains alone, and I plan on doing this one day when I start up my own business. This internship has really aligned and structured my career path, as I know from now on that I would like to obtain a career in digital marketing. In retrospect, I learned that I need to acquire more digital skills to be an effective digital marketer. Enhancing your business mind was the most captivating and engaging module I've ever undertaken. This module taught me so much about myself. I learned that I needed to improve my digital literacy as I constantly struggled to familiarize myself with the Minecraft simulation. I always struggled to manage the controls and the functions of the game. Therefore, I always detested and dreaded any activity involving this simulation. This impacted my teamwork as well as my motivation in classes. I also realized that everyone is prone to exhibiting bias at some point in their lives. My results from the implicit association test revealed to me that I am not as inclusive and as impartial as I'd initially thought. The revelation made through my test results made me want to work on myself, become a better person, and change the way I portray others. I learned that expressing your inclusivity is one thing, but how you view and treat others is a completely different thing. The negotiation tactics assessed in Seminar 5 was by far the most entertaining. Being a former debate president, this seminar allowed me to reminisce on my high school days. I enjoyed assertively negotiating our points, as well as deliberating with my teammates. This exercise allowed me to feel very professional and powerful. I successfully managed the art of self-control and composure, as the negotiations were highly frustrating. Many people were talking at the same time, making it more difficult. One take-home point that I learned from the tutor was to never show your opponent your weaknesses. On the other hand, I highly disliked the elevator pitches, particularly because my laptop function was extremely slow and unable to operate at the most critical times. Secondly, I found the concept of having our work assessed and graded by a fellow student as very unfair. While I believe this module is very relaxed, it is still significant. Therefore, it must be treated just as importantly as our other modules. I highly recommend not involving students in assessing and grading other students' work next time. Unfortunately, during my experience in enhancing your business mind, I was not able to make new friends. I believe the occurrence of COVID-19, which made us work online, further inhibited this from happening. I plan on establishing a career in Mauritius. My preferred career fields are the marketing sector and the real estate and property sector. I plan on sourcing employment as a digital marketer, and my primary company of choice is Axis. I plan on working in the industry for the next 10 to 15 years, while I maximize my skills as an eyelash technician as a secondary source of income. During this long period, I plan to become more proficient in blockchain and cryptocurrencies. Once I accumulate a sufficient amount of capital and industry knowledge, I plan on returning back to Zimbabwe to commence a wholesale real estate investment agency. This agency will be unique in the sense that it will rely on blockchains to facilitate smart contracts and business transactions. Implementing blockchains in our business will promote the concept of decentralized finance, which will allow parties to take part in transactions while eliminating the need for third-party involvement, such as banks and brokers. My wholesale real estate investment agency will be highly digitized and will therefore revolutionize African sectors. My only concern is that Africa may not be well equipped enough to accommodate my big picture plans. Melanie, your knowledge is your power. Technology is a language of the future, and you will need to speak it eloquently in 5 years to come. Never forget that opportunities are ubiquitous, and you just need to be aware and strategic in everything you do. Always remember the concepts from your internship, management of innovation, and carry these everywhere you go. You are destined for success in the corporate world. You are a visionary who will inspire millions of young African women like yourself. You are revolutionary. In conclusion, I need to consistently maintain positive networks. Digital literacy will equip me when responding to technological shifts. Therefore, I need to turn it from a deficiency into a strength. Commencing my eyelash extension service has restructured my life tremendously and improved my entrepreneurial skills. I need to be more aware of how I perceive other people, as well as understand that bias is a natural human weakness. Therefore, I must not take this personally when presented against me. Empathy is a very strong trait that we must all possess. Therefore, this is something that I need to work diligently on improving. Thank you so much for allowing me to express my reflection.